gosh, we're back again for another video. I am Bernice Green. Welcome back once again, and I'm here with my mom. Say your name.
Hi, I'm Eva. I'm 43 years old, and well, there's not much to say about me. I'm a homemaker mom, loves to cook, gardening, and sewing, and that's just about it.
Alright guys, as you know, I'm here with my mom and we'll be doing a Q&A for Mother's Day just to get to know her and my relationship, our mother and daughter bond more, and then she'll be showing you guys a recipe of hers or like a cooking tutorial just to show you how she cooks some of her food recipes. Alright.
So hi everyone. Now we are doing, I'm making Bilo Ginataan. And I'll show you the recipes. So we'll need yuca root or kamoting kahoy and sweet potato or kamote. And since we're here in Canada, we don't have that banana. But I do have the saba, but it's frozen. It's already cooked, so we'll just chop it a little later on. And coconut milk. So we have a canned coconut milk here, and I do have the sago. I prefer the one which is the transparent because I'm not really fond of food colors. And since I can't find any fresh langka, so I got a canned sweetened coconut oh no, a sweet, what's this?
Langka.
Sweet langka. Oh my goodness, I'm
What's
losing
jackfruit?
Jackfruit, it's langka. Okay, so that's about, and of course, the bilo. I want to show you, I have the glutinous rice flour, which I will make later. So instead of mixing this with water, I prefer to mix it with coconut milk and a little icing sugar to have taste and a little sweet. Okay?
And what kind of pan do they need?
So I have this medium size, and I think this is an 8 quarts casserole, which I will cook everything and put everything. But first I'll have to cook the sago first, or the tapioca pearl.
And how are we gonna cook that?
So first we'll just have to get to put water in our pot. So just fill it half of the water, and don't add anything. So we will put this in a boil, and then when the water is boiling, we'll put the tapioca pearl first. Okay? So this is our rice glutinous flour, and we did put the icing sugar. Now we are ready to put this is optional. You can use coconut milk. It's either plain milk or a lactose-free milk, because my daughter, or Bernice, and I are lactose-free, lactose intolerant, so we are using lactose-free milk. But today, I prefer to use coconut milk. So for adding the liquid for the glutinous rice, you just have to add it a small amount first. So for now, I add half a cup of coconut milk, then you mix it. So you don't need to put a lot of liquid right away, because you don't want your glutinous flour to be very soft. You just want it to be sticky to make the roll hard enough. Okay?
Alright, and while we're mixing the, what do you call this? Bilo balls. I'm gonna call it Bilo balls because that sounds more fun. Anyway, so while we're doing that, I'll be asking her questions personal, like a bit personal questions, but also to help all the other mothers out there. If you have a teenage daughter, if you have a teenage boy or kid like me, it will probably help you out too on how my mom dealt with a girl like me. Anyway, so let's just get right into the questions. Alright, so for our first question is, how did you decide how many children you wanted to have?
Well, originally, I'm still a teenager and I am going through my young adult life. I thought that I decided only to have one child. So I kind of want to keep a small family so BG will not be in the picture
I was
yet.
not wanted. Anyway.
But when I got married and I have my son Carl, so it's not planned for us to have another kid very soon after I gave birth to my son. But eventually, after around 6 or 8 months, I found out that I'm already pregnant with my second baby, which is Bernice. So after that, then I said, that's it. I'm not gonna have any more kids because I actually just planned to have a small family. But I'm so happy that I have Bernice, and it changed a lot about me of being a woman, being a mother, and becoming a friend. And actually, Bernice is a godsend for me because I don't have much friends. I don't really have that time consider a best friend where I always go with, talk to with. But then, at that time, I'm so blessed to have my daughter Bernice.
Okay. So for the second question, it will be, what do you remember about, so let's talk about me because I love talking about me. What was the question again? What do you remember about the day that you gave birth to me? Just me.
Well, as a mom and you're expecting a second child, I kind of know more about my second pregnancy, having a baby. I have my monthly checkup, and then that day when Bernice was born, I came from the hospital for my monthly checkup. But that during that time, it's because it's the last month of my pregnancy, so it's kind of every 2 weeks. So that day, I went to the hospital, Fabelia Hospital in particular, for my checkup. Then the doctor says I'm only 1 or 2 cm, so it's kind of be longer before I gave birth. So they actually told me to stay in the hospital that time, but I am stubborn. I went home, and then when I reached home, I have this contraction and very painful. But at first I thought I just need to go to the washroom. But then I felt that she's coming out, so
I was born in the toilet.
Not actually in the toilet, in the kitchen. So by that time that I felt that she's coming out, I lie down in our kitchen floor and called for our neighbor to help me, and voila, there she goes. She came out in the kitchen.
That's why I have sense of humor, because my mom was in labor in a very humorous way.
Yes.
So that's why I'm funny. Sorry, Kuya.
So we put the water now on the stove, and while we are waiting for the water to boil, we are going to make our bilo-bilo. So here, the glutinous flour, we need at least 2 cups. So here, and another one. There we go. And we are going to need the icing sugar. Since I don't have much, approximately I have 1 cup here, so I'll just dump everything. So here we go. So we don't really need to make our bilo-bilo very sweet because when we cook our ginataan, the langka is already sweet and we will add sugar, white sugar later on. So this is just for the bilo-bilo to have at least make a sweet taste, not a bland bilo-bilo. Okay.
Okay, now the water is boiling, so my mom will just show you on what she's gonna do now once the water is boiling. So this, if you don't know what boiling looks like, I'm sorry, but okay, but I'll just show you. So this is what boiling looks like. Hopefully my lens isn't. And here's what she's gonna do.
So now our water is boiling. It's ready for our pearl tapioca to be put in. So we'll just drop it and stir it a little because it will set at the bottom and it will be sticky. So
What happens if you put the pearls before the water boils?
If the water is not boiling, the pearl itself will stick to the pan and then it will be hard and they will stick together. So that's why the reason we put the pearl when it's boiling, so it doesn't stick to each other. So just stir it a little bit and you have to put the lid back, but make it to simmer. So it will continue and then from time to time you have to stir it to avoid the pearl sticking on each other.
Okay, and as you can see, the water has boiled and we've put in our tapioca pearls. So now we'll go back to our bilo-bilo balls. I'm sorry if I'm saying that weird, but so here's our current situation with the bilo-bilo and mom.
Okay, so now we are in our right consistency with our glutinous rice. We just have to mix it well so that those loose flour will go together.
So no lumps. We don't like lumps in this house.
Okay.
Okay, so now that she's mixing again, it's time for me again. It's time to answer our questions. Alright, so our next question would be, what was the experience? Oh no, you already answered that. How did you choose the names for your me? Just me. We only like to talk about me here. So, how did you choose my name?
Bernie's name is very unique because when I was a little girl, I'm watching this movie. I forgot about the title, but the heroine of that movie is a little girl. There is this one town, it was a Christmas movie actually, and then there's this one girl that their mayor doesn't like Christmas and doesn't want the community to be happy and singing. So this girl was named Bernice, and I kind of like the story because she fights to continue playing the music for her town to be happy and continue celebrating the Christmas spirit. So I chose that name. It's because I like that girl and that practically resemble my daughter Bernice.
I'm loud. Okay, now guys, it's time to make some balls.
Okay, so this is our bilo-bilo. So we'll make small rounds, just about 1 inch. So here we put a little sprinkle flour so that our bilo-bilo will not stick on it, and then some flour in our hands so it won't make a mess too much in our hands. So I got this just amount of the bilo-bilo and put it in your palm and just round it like that, and then you can put it over here, so with our flour there, and just do all of this. And if you made too much of the bilo-bilo, you can freeze this so you can do it later on or for the next time you want to make ginataan and bilo-bilo. Okay.
Alright guys, so while she's making the balls, the Bilo balls here, I'll be asking her a few more questions. So our next question would be, what did you love about being pregnant?
Actually, it's really hard to be pregnant. Just by the thought, but having a thought that you're having another human life in your womb and it's your child, it makes you happy. All the pains and inconvenience, it goes away, and you're just waiting for them to come out.
Okay, our next question would be, what did you hate about pregnancy?
It's heavy, especially when you have a healthy child, and I don't have much experience, and especially the first pregnancy, that's the most difficult. It's the inconvenience, but as I've said before, when you think about your baby, another human life, everything goes away.
And next question would be, where did you go or who did you go for to help with raising kids?
Of course, I didn't go far. I asked my mom. She is always beside me and guiding me, teaching me, telling me or sharing his experiences and how to raise a child, and basically love your kids and everything will falls into place.
Okay, and last question for this part, I will ask you, what did you love most about the infant stage?
Of course, when they look at you and your baby smiled at you, every suffering, it's totally gone, and there's this electrifying ecstasy of happiness that goes on with you, and that's really makes you happy.
Alright guys, so I didn't film the whole thing, but I did help. I promise I did. I promised I helped making the Bilo balls. I like saying that. But I did help, so now we've got it here. That's all the Bilo balls that we've got from that recipe. So if you want more, I guess you can make more. But so far this is what we've had. And now, Mom, what are we doing?
So now I'm peeling off the sweet potato for our ginataan, and this is the one I peeled off, and the kamoting kahoy or the yuca root. So here's the pieces. So we'll cut this in small portions like this one. Yeah, just about this size, bite size, like that. And make sure you put them in cold water so it won't get black or brown. So make sure you do that. So it's the same with the sweet potato. Prepare a bowl with cold water, and as you are cutting the sweet potato, you put them in a cold water as well, because we won't put this right away because our pearl tapioca are still boiling and it's not cooked yet.
And while she's peeling, I'll be asking another few more questions for her. So we've had 7 so far. So I think we have 14 more, or however many that we did. I can ask during while we're doing and while we're cooking the Ginataan Bilo. I think I'll be able to ask everything since it takes a long process to make art. Anyway, I'll start asking her questions now, and yeah. Alright, Mom. Let me just find the questions. So next question will be, what did you love most about raising a toddler?
Toddlers are funny and crazy, and they talk so much, ask so many questions. They have lots of antics. So just spending time with them, playing with them, that's I enjoyed it. But the most part I love the most is giving them a bath and, just playing. That's it.
Okay, next question, number 9. What did you love most about your children during their elementary or school years?
Well, been a long while. Both of them are young adults now, and to think about their toddler year, it's kind of hard to think. But I have a few things that, they have their own antics that when they played a joke on me that BG's pretending to sing, but it was my son's voice, and it kind of funny and make me laugh actually. And until now, that's what I remember, and that's my favorite.
Because, guys, I'm loud, but I don't sing. No. Alright, next question would be what, if there's anything, did you love most about the teenage years? Or was it all a headache?
Well, teenage years are even crazier, so I think you just, well,
There's nothing to love.
well, what I love is, they are showing independence and they are smart. And, I didn't really have to do much, but as a teenager, you know how teenagers are, and I'm a conventional mom, but I try to have an open mind how they are growing. And basically when they come here as well, it's very difficult for them and for me as well, but we go through it.
So your next question, Mom, is what, if anything, did you love most about the teenage years? If there's anything to love.
Well, teenage years, it's a kind of difficult and crazy, a combination of mixed emotions, and you're kind of walking into a thin glass with your teenagers because they are temperamental, they are moody, they pretty much want to spend time alone. But and especially it's difficult for them too when they came here in Canada, and I'm a traditional mom, but we work through it. I just kind of have an open mind and support them whatever they want or whatever they like.
Alright, so your next question would be what's a special moment that stands out with each of your child? Is there anything that surprises you or make you laugh?
What stands out, for example, for Bernice is since at a young age she likes to dress up, being a princess, wearing gowns and makeup, and she joins pageants at the age of 3, and until now she's still pursuing that. And I support that. And for my son, he likes basketball at a young age too. He played basketball, and I'm hoping till now that it's because it's a good sport. He excel in that too. So those are the kind of stuff.
Okay, next question would be what nicknames did you have for your kids and how did they come to be? Prepare to be embarrassed.
Well, first of all, when they were born, you were not thinking about that actually. And then as they grow up and you kind of see their antics, their characters, my pet name for Bernice is Budak because she is really a plump baby, a big one, chubby, but very cute. And then Carl, we just kind of, he's funny, and as you know how boys are, so we call him Lukay. It's because that's similar to his name Carl.
I told you I'll be embarrassed. So next question would be what surprised you most about being a parent? Like what did you discover about being a parent that you like the most?
Well, how strong I am and how crazy I can be. And Well, it's surprising because there's really no book to follow or manual to follow when you're raising kids, right? And I'm a young mom, and really, it's surprising, but it takes really a great effort, love, and determination. And when you see your child, everything is fine. Everything becomes all right.
Alright, next question will be, what's the most difficult part about being a mother specifically?
Well, basically raising them, because you know, two kids, two character, two attitude, and you kind of can't go on the other side or favorable to the other one. That's the most difficult part. I find myself to be balanced between them, but I did a pretty good with that, and I hope they're not feeling they are one is being favored. I tried my very best.
Okay. Okay, now we're back and we're gonna go to the next step after peeling your fruits. Roots? They're not fruits, they're roots. And we've got our bilo. We've had, what is this, Mom?
Brown sugar.
Yeah, brown sugar right here. And the langka is now out of the jar. Water, and this is our product now that we've put
Coconut milk.
coconut milk. Sorry, I know. We've put coconut milk with the
With our tapioca pearl. So I already added the coconut milk, so we're just waiting for this to boil, then we can add the bilo. So make sure the mixture or the coconut milk is boiling before adding the bilo, otherwise the bilo will melted along with the coconut milk.
Alright, so while my mom is stirring that, we'll be asking her a few more questions because I ask a lot of questions. Because that's just me. I asked a lot of questions. So let me just pull up the questions right here on my phone and we'll get right into it. So we'll go back to her. Okay, so we'll just set it right here. Alright, so our next question would be, if you could travel back in time, would you change anything about being a mother?
Well, if I really could, there is one thing I want to change, because I am a young mother and I got pregnant before getting married, so that's the thing I want to change, and so that I could be a mature person, a mature mom, that I would know better. But otherwise, if changing those will not be as fruitful as I am as everything now, or I won't be the person I am now, and I won't be the mother I am now, which I think my kids are proud. So probably changing anything in the past wouldn't do any good.
Okay, so next question. Next question is, what advice do you have for your children and their children regarding raising kids? What do you want them to remember?
Well, first of all, at a young age, even those toddler years, I think what I did was I teach them at a young age to differentiate what's right and wrong and what's better to choose. So at a young age, they know how to, I try to make them think and make decisions even at that young age, and that helps them now to make good choices. And it's not perfect, but at least it guides them. And I always told them that be accountable to whatever you do, and be responsible, because there are risks, and make sure you good decisions so you'll have better decisions.
Okay, next one is, what do you want your kids to remember about you?
Well, all mother want to be remembered as a loving mother, right? And for me, I'd like them to continue being a good person, me as a loving mother. And I think there are a lot of things that they already learned about me and know about me, and the only thing I want them to remember about me is how I am as a person, and oh, you know, what else could I say? Remember me as a loving mother, I think.
Okay, and then the very last questions. What would you advise other mothers about having children, like teenagers, especially now you have a young adult kids?
First of all, um, you see, there is really a good advice because we all deal with different situations, different character, different personality. But based on my experience, what I can advise to parents, especially those immigrants, it's because I've been through it, and we have a tight-knit family relationship, and we are very traditional, our culture. And I'd like parents to remember that when we bring our kids here in Canada or in any other country, that culture change, and support them, and don't instill those traditional cultures that we were raised when we were kids, because the world they are living with and are different from our times. So whatever rules or what our parents instilled to us during the time we're young is different from them now. So be their friend, be someone that they can rely on, and whatever happens or no matter what, that you'll be with them and you love them and support whatever endeavor they choose, and just love them.
All right, all our questions, oh my gosh, all our questions are now done. But our tutorial on how to make Ginataang Bilo is not done yet. So far, we have, like we've said a while ago, we've had the...
And this is the sweet potato or the kamote. So our mixture is boiling, so we'll add the sweet potato first. It's because they are the longest one to be cooked. And next, after that, after 2 minutes, we're going to add our cassava or yuca. First, make sure you drain the water. You don't need to add the water in your mixture. So, and then we will add the banana. This is cooked already. And our langka, it's already cut in strips. After that, we'll add our 2 cups of brown sugar. And lastly, because this is a very delicate one, the bilo-bilo, we don't want it to be crushed along with the mixture and all the ingredients. So we will add this last. And make sure the mixture or our coconut milk is boiling while adding this. Okay, so that's all our ingredients for our bilo-bilo, and wait when it's cooked, then we'll show you how it goes. Okay.
Alright guys, so we will back once it's done, and I'll show you how I will devour this. This is a Filipino dish, right ma'am? Or is it,
Yes.
did it originate somewhere else?
Yeah, this is a Bicol dish. So most Bicolano love this, and other provinces as well. They love this. It's because we cook everything with coconut. So this is very delicious.
So if you want to know how to make Ginataang Bilo and want to know more about mother and how to strengthen your mother and daughter bond, then you guys should watch this. And if you like this whole video, give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and press that bell button for the notification on so you don't miss the next video. Alright, bye guys! Anyway, before we end this, I want to greet all the mothers out there, especially mothers that are my family. First of all, to my mom. Happy Mother's Day, Mama. I love you. And of course, to my tita Nana who was there with me during the time that I was still in the Philippines and my mom was working hard here as an OFW, and my tita Mercy, my tita Len, and Tita Paz, of course, and all the other mothers out there, to my friends' moms, to Tita Sonia, to Tita Paulina, of course, happy Mother's Day to everyone, and don't forget to pamper and spoil your moms during this time, especially. I hope that every day is Mother's Day so we can always pamper them, but I'm broke, so I can't do that. Anyway, happy Mother's Day again, and I'll see you guys again for my next video.